Namaste. Welcome to Skadi Yoga. I'm Skadi, and we're gonna do a class to awakening your strength in every level. So let's start. Just a sitting, hands together, just connecting with the floor. Sit straight and tall, shoulders backwards and down, hands in front of the heart, like a symbol of union. Yoga. Your face is soft, your breath is soft. And the good mindset, and just to remember very basic stuff. What's important? That you are aware of where you are now, this room where you are. So respecting and have gratitude for the place where you are. And remembering and be aware of the time where you're living in. This is your time. So respecting and have gratitude for time. And remember deeply and be aware of who you are, your deepest core being, and have gratitude and respect for yourself. And then remembering and be aware that everything what's around you is the same important like you. We need each other, we need nature, we need the air we breathe, the rain, the sun, everything. The people, the animals, the bacteria, the virus, everything. To be in harmony, to come in this homeostasis on earth, in ourselves, with everything around you. So respect and gratitude for everything that's around you. And as last, respect and gratitude for the old wisdom and knowledge, where we still can learn from to feel good, to be good, and to create a better world around us. So from here, just open your eyes. And bringing the soles of the feet together, we start again in butterfly, just to arriving in ourselves, to creating more space on the back of the body, and opening the gateways in the urinary bladder meridian. So feet a little bit from the pubic bone, you decide how far. Maybe some support blocks or cushions for under your knee. And then bowing forward. So just bringing your head down. Maybe this is already enough. And feeling the stretch in the neck. If you don't feel anything, you go deeper and deeper. Till you feel a stretch in the lower spine, maybe coming forwards. If you don't feel anything, you can also try to bring the heels closer in and then coming forwards. So you decide how far you want to go. I decide to only doing my head because I feel a little tension here in my neck. So I stay only here. But that's up to you. You can go as deep as you like. But looking for the places where you feel tension, where you feel tightness, that you feel a good stretch. Stretch it out, creating space, creating softness and balance. Because that's what we need. We need the balance, the yin and yang, in everything. In the physical body, strength and weakness, or tension and softness. Some muscles are too tense up, like me, my neck is now a little bit tense up. And then the muscle group under it, or on front or on the back, getting weaker. So my lower trapezius in between my shoulder blades is most of the times weak. And this by my neck, the upper trapezius is most of the times to tense up. So to stretching this, we start to create a balance and homeostasis in between these two muscle groups, so that the other get again more strongness and the other get more softness. Because when the upper muscles from the trapezius is getting more tensed up and more shorter, then the lower get more weaker and longer. So to stretching this neuro pathways or this working together on a neural level start to balance. Think about the biceps and the triceps. Maybe you remember that in school. When you're contracting the biceps, there is a sign going to the tricep to lengthening and to relaxing. Otherwise, it's hard to contract, and it's also the other way around. When the triceps is contracting, the biceps gets a sign to release. And that's also in more muscle groups in the body, and then it's more like we don't know about from it. But working on this stretching, you come already closer to balance. And then after stretching, you can do some yang work to strengthen the weak muscles. But first, we need to stretch, otherwise, you do the work for nothing. So that's in the upper body, the upper crust syndrome. But then we have also in the lower body, with the hip flexors and the lower spine, they are hyper. And the abdominals and the gluteus muscles, the buttocks, they are most of the times weak and lazy. So to train the abdominals and the buttocks, and we don't stretch, we have to train much more to get strong muscles there. When we stretching the hyper ones, the tense up muscles, the lower spine and hip flexors, then we create already a better balance. So the timer went, maybe you heard it. So you can go up. And because I did my neck, I need a little bit more time to see if everything is working again. Yes. So the next posture is Virasana. Maybe you know that one, maybe not. What you do, you come forwards to all fours, and then you bring your feet wider. The knees are in, and then you go sitting in between the heels. So we bow a little bit. In my hips, I cannot turn easily inwards. So this is not nice for me. And because I cannot turn inwards, the knees start to get painful. So to sit more comfortable, I go sitting on something. Then the pressure is less, and I can help my hips to turn a little bit more in, and then I can sit. So maybe you need to sit also on cushions, but some people can turn very well in, and they are very easy. They are almost born like that. Maybe you see also children, they hop and they fall down almost in this posture like it's nothing. If I do that, then I break my knees, my legs, and my hips. So sitting on something, maybe you need it. And now we go stretching a little bit more this neck, trapezius area. So what you do, you bring your left ear to the left shoulder. Maybe you sit here. If you want to have a deeper stretch, you bring the right arm backwards. Maybe I have to show it like this. Like you go to the left, the right arm go backwards, and then with your right hand catching your left, and then you can bring the left arm forwards, and then sitting like this. Now, I have my posture. And because the neck muscles in the neck are sometimes very fragile, so we do sitting 5 minutes, but 2 minutes stretch on the neck. And you can build it up. With 2 minutes are okay. You can go to 3 minutes, maybe all the way up to 5 minutes. If you want to stretch longer and you do this class not live, you can stop or pause the class and stay a little bit longer. Slowly changing side. So bringing your ear now to the right shoulder, holding with your left hand the right arm and bringing the right hand on front. But you don't need to have this arm position. You can also relax the arm how you like it. And try to only bending in the cervical spine, the neck, and not in the upper spine or the whole spine. Just sitting straight, only the head is bending, or you're feeling the neck vertebrae. And then slowly, slowly bring your head back and let go of your hands. The next posture will be lying down for us. So walk your hands backwards. So when you're sitting on a block like me, maybe this is already enough. Maybe you feel a stretch, a little bit of the hip flexors here, the inner thigh muscles. But if everything is fine, the knees are fine, your lower back is fine, you can lie down maybe, and then it's maybe nice to remove the block. I don't remove the block because otherwise I get again the pain in my knee. But this is maybe too much for you, and you need to bring some extra blocks to the back that you're on the same level like the block where you're sitting on, or you have a bunch of cushions and you go lying down on that. Like if you have bolsters and stuff, you can bring a lot of bolsters and lie down, like how I'm leaning now on my hands, but then you have all the props and you lean on that. And of course, you have people who don't need anything. They can lie down very easily in the Virasana. When your knees are going up and out like me, this is completely okay. So don't pay attention about alignment, just listening to your body. Like let the body finding the way to be in this posture. And the only thing what's very, very important is that the knees are okay. No sharp shooting pain or even a stretch on the inner knees. The pressure is because they are bending, flexing very much. So if that's a problem, then maybe the block will help, like me in my knees. I have a lot of knee injuries, so then it's a little bit too much. But now I create a little bit space in my knee, and I have gladly a very nice lower spine back bending. So I'm very easy to lie down here, but maybe this is too much for the lower spine. So then bring a lot of props on the back to lie down. So stretch front hip flexors and return a little bit in the hip joint itself. Just closing your eyes and let your sinking down. So maybe now you recognize the tension in the lower spine. It's not only the compression what we feel when we're lying in a deep back bending, but the muscles start to contract also. So just relax them. Just let yourself sinking down in the lower spine. We have to learn to let go of the tension in the hip flexors. Tension there goes almost together with the tension in the lower spine. So probably the hip flexors want to give resistance, want to stay holding the tension. So then when we come and having a deep stretch, that's most of the times the resistance in us. So we have to learn to let go. When we let go, we feel also more relaxation coming into the lower spine. Letting go. Never have a sharp shooting pain, electric pains. Don't do that. Just back off. And then see if we can come more into the stillness the last minute or so. To traveling in. And to see how you're doing in this posture. And not only the physical body, but also the mental body. Are we thinking? Are we feeling the emotion body? Looking at what we think and feel and do in a difficult situation like this. And then slowly coming out. So when you're lying down on a block like me, then you can lift your knee one by one and placing your foot down if the ankle let you to. Otherwise, using your hands, your abdominals to come up and then let go of your props. Remove all your props and stretching your legs. Just take a little rebound here for the knees. Sometimes I feel a kind of domino effect, like I need to stretch, like a big yawn. When I come out of yin poses. Good. Then the next posture will be a diagonal line stretch. So let's bring the right knee to you. Move your left foot a little bit over to the right and then turning to your hip, twisting over. And then stretching your right arm wide open. And now we want to stretching the pectoralis group because that's also a group who tense up, but not strong enough, but tense up and staying tense all the time. So what we create then is like shoulders up and forwards and the head also a little bit forwards and down. So that's typical with this upper cross syndrome. And then the weakness is in between your shoulder blades and also some throat and neck muscles are weak. So now just opening your chest, and sometimes you have to move your arms. Sometimes you feel a deeper stretch when the arm is more to your side or in a diagonal line position. And some people feel again a deeper stretch when the arm is more up. So finding, for me, it's always in a diagonal line position. With my left hand, I hold my right knee to be more stable in this twist. The head is turning over to your right, to stretching also the neck muscles. So try to go maximum today to really focus also on the throat and neck muscles there. And lifting the head maybe a little bit, like you're looking backwards, like somebody is on the back and say something. You have to look, and then you let your head be there, closing your eyes, and coming in again. And so, stretching, we create some more strength in other muscle groups to be quiet and still and inwards, finding our deepest core being, our authenticity, authenticity. That's who we are. And when we totally ourselves, then we have power. Because that's the truth. Then we are strength. So allow yourself to look in, to see, to go through these layers of protection, because most of the times we hide ourselves in behaviors, ideas who we are not, or copy from somebody else, being wanting to be somebody else, or being who somebody else want to be. So allow yourself to cover that, to moving that away, like you're stretching the muscles, the physical muscles, stretching the fascia, the stickiness out of it, the fog. Let it go out. Let the dust cover your soul. Let this dust wash away to be what is. And then slowly we go to the other side. So bring your arm back, roll slowly back. Maybe you want to bend your knees and bring your knees to your chest, or go right into the other side. So bringing your left knee to your right is straight, bringing your right leg a little bit over to the left, twisting to your side with your right hand holding the left, and now the left arm stretching wide open. Sometimes one side is more difficult, but that's okay. Stretching the pectoralis, your chest muscles, and looking over your shoulder. Look a little bit backwards, like somebody saying something. You have to look who is that, and then you let your head be there. And then close your eyes and coming really deep inside. Seeing your behavior, understanding why you behave like that in certain situations. Like last week, we were talking about when we are not safe. Most of the times we talk about other people. We are more negative. So understanding your behavior, understanding you, and then the behavior start to fade away. So it's necessary to be quiet and still and coming in every day, like a checkup. Checking first maybe your physical body in postures or meditation posture, or just sitting. Maybe when you start your day in the office, just sit and just checking in the physical body and checking in in how you're doing with feelings and emotions, and checking in the mind. How is the mind doing? And then also checking in into your energy. Are you feeling weak, tired, or too much energy? So checking in, be aware who you are. When you understanding yourself, becoming more who you really are. And that's your power. That's your strength. And very slowly, slowly coming out, bringing your head back, your arm, turning back on your spine and your knees, back the shoulders. Maybe it's nice to bring your knees to your chest and make some circles, massaging the lower spine. So that's also very nice when you have this lower cross syndrome that the spinal muscles are too tense up. So that's most of the times give the pain. So massaging will help the circulation, the blood circulation and chi circulation. So that's nice. And then when you're ready, just bringing your feet down and stretching your legs and come in a comfortable way of lying down. Palms up, just relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the legs. Maybe a big sigh out, letting go. And just resting. In your authentic self. And then if you like to stay longer, just close your laptop. And otherwise, stretching yourself out, turning to your right side, and then come up to sitting. And your hands in front of the heart. Just close your eyes. Just breathe a couple of times, deep in and out. And then bring the hands in front of the third eye, the forehead, like a witness for a peaceful mind, a wisdom mind. And then bring the hands in front of the heart, like a witness for an open heart, full compassion. And then bring the hands in front of the belly, like a witness to ground into your authentic self. And that's your power. That's your strength. Namaste. Thank you so much for doing my class. Don't forget to like and subscribe and to tell me where you're from. I'm really curious who you are. So let me know and have a beautiful day. Enjoy and see you next week. Bye bye.